for 2019, kind of hurts to say this, I am not going to allow myself to buy any more new makeup unless I need like foundation. You know, like I actually went through all of it though. But I have like 4 foundations. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2019. This video may come out before the 2019. But Happy New Year, everybody. I am Tassie, and today I am having Korean food. So these 2 items here, this is the Gimbap, and this is just Tempura shrimp. This is actually from Donghae. It's a Korean restaurant here in downtown Minneapolis. Now, this is actually just a tteokbokki. So, you know, the Korean rice type of stew that's always red. I've had it many times on the show. I basically deep fried these, and then I have the sauce over here. Speaking of which, hang on. So the sauce for this, it's actually a packet. I know how to make it at home, but I'm being extra lazy. The holidays have just passed. I have been cooking up the yin yang. So that's why this was ordered. Because all of these things, you guys, I've made it on my show and I've cooked it. But I decided to pay for it this time. So this is actually a Cheongjong-won. So this is basically the sauce. It's a Korean original spicy and sweet tteokbokki hot sauce. I do have capsaicin on the side because this sauce here, it is never spicy. But yeah, so I was being lazy and I bought a packet on how to do the sauce there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add capsaicin. Seriously, this has been my sauce of the year. And so these I deep fried. You want to be extra careful when you guys deep fry these because what happens is this is rice, but inside of it, it will pop from the water and the moisture and the air bubbles in there. It will pop and it will literally fly out of your pan. So I have I'm cooking it with a pan, like a lid over the pan the whole time. And then even when you take it off of the flame, it's still hot inside. It will still pop. So I lost 3 to the floor. Keep that in mind. Oh, these 2 items with tip and delivery. This is from Grubhub. I ordered it to go. And it was $32. This alone is 13 bucks. It's $12.95. And this is $8. This sauce, for anybody wondering, is literally just a Korean red bean paste, water, soy sauce. You can either add corn syrup or else brown sugar or white sugar. I prefer Korean corn syrup because it thickens it a lot. And then I add capsaicin to mine to make it really spicy. And you can add like a little bit of sesame oil and sesame seeds if you want. Some people like green onions in there. This is sriracha because I always eat my gimbap with sriracha. Now, over the holidays, for my family's Christmas, I actually made a bunch of steak and a bunch of gimbap. I did like 10 rolls, but I literally only had like 2 pieces. So I was craving it and I used up all my ingredients already. That's why I bought it. They put cucumber in here. This is good. I like the cucumber in here. The cucumber makes it really fresh tasting, which I do like. It's huge too though. It's cut really thick. But you know, there's spinach, there's the pickled daikon here that I have. I'm looking to see if there's any eggs. I do not see any eggs in here. So it doesn't look like they did eggs. It is bulgogi though. But this is really good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I prefer these deep fried because it's a textural thing for me. I like the crunchiness of it. When it's been boiled and simmered with this sauce here, I'm not a huge fan of it that way. And I don't like the sauce sitting on top of it because then it softens it and then it ruins the texture, and there would have been no point in deep frying it in the first place. I just wanted tempura shrimp, so I ordered tempura shrimp. This method here, it's a lot of work. Typically what we do, if you don't know, the shrimp, they cut in a little bit so that they're straightened. And then they flour it a bit, and they will actually, these little pieces here, they take a strainer with tempura batter alone over the oil, and then they break it all up so that there's clumps of all this stuff floating. And then they will take a shrimp that's battered in flour, and then they throw it in there. And then they'll take the clumps there and then slowly wrap it around the actual shrimp. So that's how come you'll have some tempura shrimps that are straight, and that's when they just strictly dip it into the batter and toss it into the fryer. But when it has all these little pieces here, typically that's what they do. One thing I noticed about Donghae, they have sushi there. I've never been to Donghae. This is my first time here. And I thought it was weird they had sushi because I thought it was a Korean restaurant. But you know, with these days they have so many fusion restaurants to cater to more tastes. The reason why I like these is the rice. Notice how thin the layer of rice is, and whenever I make my gimbap, I always mention how to make the layer of rice really thin for gimbap. But Korean rice is very different from like Chinese rice. Korean rice is mushier. It has a more wet texture to it. And my sister, you know, they actually introduced me the Zoji Rushi rice cookers. It's not like the Tiger brand. A lot of Asian families will use like the Tiger brand, but the Zoji Rushi, whatever it's called, pronounced, it can make this wetter type of rice, and some people like drier rice. I prefer drier rice. Like I do my rice on the stovetop. Typically when you do it on the stovetop, it's going to become a drier rice. But if you use like a rice cooker or you put extra water, you can make it kind of a wet feeling. And that's what a lot of Korean rice is like. And that's why the texture is so different. But I hate how long it takes to make this rice. Because My sister, when she was married, and my brother-in-law, he was Korean, their family, they only ate Korean rice. We would literally have to make the rice before we touch any of the food because it would take so long before the rice was ready. It's like an hour, you guys. But I do like Korean rice. This is really salty. It's good for in a jiffy if you don't want to make the sauce yourself. This is like really good. For gimbaps, being that there is bulgogi, I'm gonna compare it because they're all bulgogi ones, okay? My favorite gimbaps, it's gonna be a toss between Hoban and Egan, Minnesota, and Mirror of Korea. Those two have really good bulgogi gimbaps. I may lean a bit more towards Hoban in Egan. And then Donghae would be last. But theirs is really good too though. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like for the price, for $12.95, and I only got these 2 rolls here. At the other like restaurants, you would get a lot more. Like, you know, like those white styrofoam bowl. I'll just show it to you right now. So I still have some of this shrimp in here. But you know, like a styrofoam bowl of this, I would get the whole thing filled with gimbap for the price that I paid for this. I'm just saying. But I do really like the Hoban. And you guys know I do not like Hoban in Uptown for the Korean barbecue. But the Hoban in Egan, the original restaurant, super good for their gimbaps. These are super filling because of all the tempura. I wish Korean restaurants would serve deep fried tteokbokki. Most of them just have the stew. Oh God, what monstrosity am I doing? That was good. Part of me wants to know how much shrimp is actually in here. This whole thing here, this is how much shrimp was in there. I like to eat tempura. I think tempura broccoli is my favorite. I do love tempura chicken and tempura potato. It's a French fry, you guys. But tempura chicken is actually one of my favorites. You literally just take like chicken breast, slice them up, dip it into tempura batter, deep fry it, and I eat it with you know, my green Thai dipping sauce, and there's fish sauce in there. I eat it with that to give it its flavor. It's really good, actually. Because tempura has a fatty taste to the batter from the oil and everything. So it gives it to the chicken. And you all know I prefer beef and pork before I prefer chicken. This sauce isn't bad though. It's very close to the taste of my own that I make at home. It's just a tad bit saltier. So I think they just put more soy sauce in here. Oh yeah. And you add red pepper flakes. You know the Korean, it's not the gochujang sauce. The Korean red pepper flakes. I really wish I could find a really spicy version of the Korean red pepper flakes. That's why I always use capsaicin. Because the pepper flakes that I have, the Korean ones, they're not spicy. They're like paprika, where it just gives it the color, but it doesn't have any spice. It was really good. All of this was good. I'm kind of telling myself that I shouldn't complain too much about the price of Donghae's Gimbap that I ate. It was $12.95. That's the normal price at Korean restaurants. $12.95 to $15.95 I've seen for Gimbap rolls. Korean food in general tends to be kind of expensive when you go to the restaurants. So that's why I make it at home a lot, because it's so much cheaper. And I have all the ingredients and I know how to make it. Being really lazy. You guys know I was thinking about like my New Year's resolution for 2019. For 2019... kind of hurts to say this. I am not going to allow myself to buy any more new makeup. Unless I need like foundation. You know, like I actually went through all of it though. But I have like 4 foundations. But you know, my winter skin from my summer skin looks very, very different. Because I love to be in the sun. So I'm always in the sun in the summertime, but I get dark, like really dark. And like in the winter time, you'd think I was a different person. Because I completely bronze, you know. And I don't burn, but this year, in 2018, I've spent a lot of money on makeup, and I need to quit. It's completely unnecessary. I don't need it. So that is one of my resolutions. And one thing I have a fear of, now that the year is over, I've really gotten into ordering food. I'm just really lazy. Well, it's like I'm running, like doing all sorts of things. I have my other YouTube channel. I have like, I'm trying to do things for my boyfriend, trying to do things for my family, trying to do things for my house. I'm trying to do my own personal things. I just don't have a whole lot of time. Oh my god, don't even mention work, you know, so it's just, I don't have a whole lot of time. So I've been like ordering from Grubhub or Uber Eats a lot. DoorDash, I do DoorDash. I have a feeling I'm going to just be ordering a lot of food to have them deliver it to me. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. I wish I had made some more now. I lost 3 of them to the floor. I would have eaten them. I'm full. I don't want to tackle another shrimp. Happy New Year's, everybody. Hope everybody is safe. And I hope you guys have a great new year.